Hi. Would you like to see my journals? I've been journaling since I was 14, just on and off randomly. I've tried a bunch of different types of journaling. You know, we've got diary type, where you do one page every day, scrapbooking, sticking things in pictures and stuff. And a few years ago, I finally settled into my own style of journaling. Ignore the messy background. I have a problem with organising clothes. I still haven't got a proper clothes organisation system for my room in this new house. So I kind of just have a pile of clothes on the floor that I take from. Anyway, at least my journaling is organised. So I'm going to walk you through my journaling system, I guess. For my journaling system, I have 3 journals. First of all, this is my tidy journal. It is a ring-bound journal and it has tabs, and this is where I keep things that I want to come back and find, or things that I use regularly. To-do lists, goal lists, information about my pets, like their microchip numbers, addresses, phone numbers, etc. This is my adventure log. This is something that I take out with me when I go for walks. It has no rules, basically, except to write stuff in it that's interesting. It's a traveler's notebook. It's the style of notebook where you've got 3 little stapled notebooks inside one leather cover. So that's the basic overview for that one. And then this one I've just finished actually. Here's the new one. This is my everything, everywhere, all the time journal. This one is pretty messy. This one has in it everything from brain dump, to-do list, journal, diary type entries, receipts stuck in it. Stuff gets lost in this journal. That's what I have this one for. If I don't want to lose stuff, I use this one. It's stuff that I want to write down and maybe be able to reference for a couple of days, or it's stuff that I want to just get out of my brain onto paper. So that's what this one is for. And I'm gonna bring you so you can look down on my desk and I will show you a bit more in depth. Hello, welcome to my desk. Please ignore all the stains on it. Hopefully that's not distracting. Let's start with this journal. So in here, these first pages, information, as you can see right here, I've got information on my cats. These tabs down the side are personal info, lists and to-dos, brain dump, unsorted stuff, and trackers. This is an example of something I would have in here. This is some ideas for my gaming YouTube channel, and this is the settings that I have for a shader in Minecraft, the video settings basically. And in the front of this notebook we have a bunch of pockets. In the back there's another pocket here and another pocket here. Being a ring binder, these pages can easily come out. So once I fill this journal up, I can choose which pages I want to transfer over to the new one. Just clip them in and then stick all my other new pages in. That's that one. Then we have my adventure log. The front of this one is pretty full of stuff. We've got information about our house. We've got ideas for pages I want to do in here. Some sticky notes. This, I made a little intro page that's also got my address on it in case I lose it. And this is a map of the area that we live in. Then we have the 3 notebooks. This one is blank pages, this one is lined pages, and this one is grid pages. So in the grid pages, I use that for trackers. Like this one here, this is how far I've walked and how long it took me to walk that distance. This one is comparing my different types of shoes, how far I walked and how comfortable they were. This page is a list of cool stuff that I saw while going for a walk. Plants that are in our garden. This is a comparison of things that are different from our old house, which was rural, and then now we are in suburbia, and just noticing all the differences. This is my maps pocket. This is my hero's path map. I'm gonna have to blur it, but hopefully you can kind of get the idea. Every time I go for a walk around the neighborhood, I draw a red line where I've gone, and my goal is to eventually fill up this whole map with red lines, having had walked on every road in the neighborhood. The newspaper article about the A&P show, I just kind of cut things out and made a scrapbook type page. And this is about the Richmond Mall, was in the newspaper. They've got a map with all those shop names. I thought that was super interesting. I haven't actually seen that anywhere before, so I'm keeping that for reference. So that's that one. And lastly, we have my absolute beastly notebook. This is the 7th journal like this that I filled, so I'm pretty settled in my choice to journal like this. In the front page, I have a wish list. It's fun to go through and cross things off that I've got. Intro page, and then just set random pieces of paper. There is a pocket in the back, which I keep sticky notes and page tabs in, but I just put papers here, otherwise I lose them. And then a few page examples of things that I would put in this notebook. This is a big collection of medical abbreviations. This is brainstorming out some song lyrics. A bunch of ideas for my gaming channel, things that I want to do more of. DBT homework. This was just before I started my YouTube channel. I planned out some ideas, names, locations I could film at, the cameras I have and the editing software I have. Things about myself from A to Z. I was watching a video about a crime that was solved. A guy was using a cipher. So I wrote down the FBI's 4-step cryptanalysis framework. And then I was having a go at making some ciphers. Then of course we've got pages like just diary entry pages and pages like this, which I'll often have sitting up in front of my computer for a little while I'm working on it. This was working on some achievements in Grow a Garden, just writing them down so I didn't have to open up the menu each time and look at them. Got that right there. And then other kinds of brainstorming, just writing out my process of thinking. This was a kind of Venn diagram. I didn't draw it very well. I had to squish in these words, but we've got things that make me happy, things that make me fulfilled, and things that make me happy and fulfilled. Just really diving into some feelings. So yeah, that's that journal. And then in my new journal for this year, because I happened to finish this journal on like the 3rd of January or something, this year's journal, what have I got in here? I've got my social medias, my wish list, a year to review calendar. Can you even see that? It's very overexposed. We've got the About Me page, which I like to make every couple of months. I put the same question and then answer it, and it's really interesting to look back on my different responses for the same questions throughout the months and years. Hold on. Then we've got my survival plan, because I've got a period coming up and my PMDD is going to flare up, so just gonna have to, I've got a survival plan for that. And then I've got my 2026 goals, so that's what's in my journal so far this year. So yep, that's my video about my journaling. Sorry I couldn't show you very many pages in the journals. I don't make journals with the intent on sharing them publicly, so I'm not particularly careful about hiding my private thoughts. But hopefully you got the gist of the purpose of each journal. The one thing that I hope you take away from this video is that humans have a lot of information in their heads. New information arrives every day and we're expected to hold on to everything. So being able to dump stuff out onto paper, whether that be a list of things you need to do or something that made you mad that day, it's very important, I think, for humans, you know, to be able to offload stuff. Sometimes it's not always possible to offload that information onto another person, so doing it in a journal is... So if you haven't tried journaling yet, let me encourage you to give it a try. You don't need to buy a journal. You can start on a lined refill or the back of a receipt. Just write something down that's in your brain. A snippet of a poem, some lyrics that you like, something fun that you did that day. Just get it out of your brain onto paper. It feels really good. There's something special about that. So yeah, that's my video about journaling. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too confusing. Hopefully I stayed on track enough to edit this into something cohesive. Bye!